Let's also tell you that Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has urged Muslims in the country to live by the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad as they celebrate Maulud Nabi, which marks his birth. The president adds that the period be used for deep introspection and fervent prayers. The federal government declared a public holiday to mark Maulud Nabi's celebration. Adishawa Odushoga reports.
Every 12th day of the third month in Islamic calendar, Muslims across the world come together to celebrate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad. The day, which is known as Eid-Ul-Maulud, is often declared a public holiday in Nigeria. Unlike other festivals recognized by the Islamic faith, Eid-Ul-Maulud is often not a time for merrymaking, but a period for sober reflection and devotion.
It's the anointed soul that Allah has decreed in Qadar to come to the world and give his exemplary lightning to the rejuvenation and resuscitation and reaffirmation of humanity.
Attitude of the prophet, even the one who tried to kill him and he forgave him, make them to realize that this man is not going, or is not, is calling us toward peace, toward unity.
Muslims are known to often follow the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, which are the traditions and practices of the Islamic prophet that constitute a model for Muslims to follow. Muslims also believe that the Prophet Muhammad is the seal of the Prophet within Islam, with the Quran as well as its teachings and practices forming the basis of Islamic religious belief.
He said, I was sent to complete the good characters. So he didn't mention post-believing, but he said, I was sent to show the good mortals, good attitudes. So this is my main character of the Prophet that I admire most.
The Prophet is known to be a great example of establishing loyalty, truthfulness, reliability, selflessness, ethics, and passion.
The first thing we need to do every year is to rehearse what are those things he said in the last Sabbath. It says, none of you is different from one another except with faith. Let those who are here tell those who are not here. So, you see, all those qualities of explanations that the Holy Prophet has given were the things we should emulate. And those are the things we should copy and make the world and today a memorable place and day to enjoy.
Islamic scholars believe the celebration of Eid-Ul-Maulud is expected to increase his love in the heart of his followers, to reflect on his teachings, and also an opportunity to showcase the Prophet as a paragon of love, mercy, compassion, benevolence, generosity, justice, and all virtue. Adishawa Odushoga, reporting for News Central.
And now joining me on the news to discuss this further is an Islamic cleric, Imam Abdurrahman Laki. Thank you so much, Imam Abdurrahman, for joining me on the news.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're most welcome.
And happy celebrations to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, mashallah. Alhamdulillah.
Now, speaking of the celebrations, what would you say is the significance of celebrating Maulud Nabi in the Islamic faith?
Yeah, the basic significance of celebrating Prophet Muhammad is to reenact and bring to the fore all of the teachings and lessons of the life of the Prophet Muhammad as a blessing for mankind, as a torchbearer, as an exemplar for the whole of humanity. As one of our commentators said earlier, the Prophet said, "Innama bu'ithtu li'utammima makarima al-akhlaq," that I was raised to complete the best of behaviors. And if you study the Prophet's life, all the best of behaviors was perfected, was exemplified in his lifetime. So it's an opportunity for us to reenact it. Plus, it's a rare case for humanity to put itself on the pedestal of success, on the pedestal of love, harmony, and peaceful coexistence in our world of today.
Now, do these celebrations differ among the various Muslim communities?
Yes, of course, because there were no clear examples or clear history of the celebration being an essential part of faith. So, of course, it's not an essential part of faith. So you find different people celebrating it in different ways. Some just chant, the remembrance of the God Almighty and do salawat on the Prophet. Some use the opportunity to do lectures and teach themselves more about faith or about the Prophet Muhammad, while some just used to do rally and just do his remembrance and let people know so much about him. So because it's not a major article of faith, a lot of people do it in their own different ways. Yes, of course.
Now, would you also say that there are specific rituals or customs that are associated with Maulud Nabi in various regions or culture?
No, there are no rituals of the Maulud Nabi. People do it the way and manner they feel. It's not, like I said, it's not a major Eid. It's not a major festival of the faith. It's not a major celebration of the faith as documented in any book of history. But of course, any opportunity to remember the best of mankind and say, "Oh, we love him. This is his birthday, and we are happy to celebrate his birthday." It's fine. But like I said, it is not a basic ritual. It's not a fundamental ritual of faith. So there's no known or documented way of celebrating it.
All right. Finally, I would like to ask now, the Muslim faithfuls take pride in emulating the life of the Prophet in their everyday lives. Now, what lesson can we learn from the life of the Prophet that can better the nation as a whole?
Yeah, like I said, the Prophet was a great exemplar for humanity because he led a life as a president of a nation. So there are examples, and his presidency was a success story. He led the life of a warrior, and is being a military general. As a general, he was a successful general. He led a life as a teacher because the Prophet said, "Bu'ithtu mu'alliman," I was raised as a teacher. He led the life of a teacher, and he was a very successful teacher. He led the life of a family man, married to 11 wives, and he gave a clear example of how to keep a family. Also, he led the life of somebody who was employed, and we have great examples, shining examples of how a worker should work. He led the life of somebody who is in charge, who can call the CEO of a company. Apart from that, after being a worker, he was upgraded to the CEO of a company where he once was just an ordinary employee. And we saw how well he managed the company, how well he did it with trust. So every aspect of his life needs to be studied. And I dare say that humanity has not studied him enough, because from what we know of him, if the whole humanity takes time, regardless of whatever is your religion, study him and let's see how we can make the best of him. I'm very, very sure the world will become a better place for us all to live.
Islamic cleric Imam Abdurrahman, happy celebrations once again, and thank you so much for joining us on the news.
Thank you very much.